All right, so we are going to team doing a video called
Fleet blessing.
Fleet Blessing,
Yeah, fleet blessing.
which you told me just a moment ago is about blessing the boats before
Yeah,
they
it's like a
go
Catholic tradition. I don't know if I think it's just a coastal thing
out. Okay.
because of boats. But I think I'll hold it. Yeah. No, because the boats go by and they just bless them.
Okay.
So it's describing that.
I don't really know a whole lot about Catholic, but I know about
Me neither.
like Lutherans and like the idea of baptism and kind of the sacrament and the how that's like a sacred ritual in a way. So I'm not too worried.
Alright.
For feeding, I generally, if I miss something, I'll whisper to you, or
Will you like lean and whisper, or will it just be, "Oh my gosh, I did get that"?
I think I'll lean and whisper.
Okay.
And I'm voicing, so let's see what else. If for whatever reason I get really flustered and I want you to take over, this is like my thing that I do.
Okay, that's really
My
obvious
turn
too.
taking.
The
Yeah,
onto my leg,
because I'm like, take it.
like or like
Little-
tap out, tap out.
Yeah, a little pro-tactile. Okay.
Okay.
Fleet Blessing, it's a short clip, so I'm not too
Like
worried.
4 minutes.
I
4 to 5 minutes.
I generally go from either having a long lag time or to no lag time. There's really
Okay.
no in between. So if it seems like I look like I'm processing, I'm getting what's coming at me, but I'm not saying anything, that's just because my lag time. I want to have enough information to make it sound like intelligible English.
Okay, good to know. Good to know.
Physically, I feel a little warm, but I'm going to keep this on so I look somewhat interprety.
Yeah,
except
somewhere in
hat.
this
Um,
jacket.
Don't need to go to the bathroom. I just took my math test, so my brain is a little fried, but I don't
That's
think.
cool.
Yeah. And then we have good lighting. There's a little bit of a glare on the TV, but that shouldn't be a
But
huge
I mean
issue.
the video is kind of dark. Like she's wearing dark clothes. The background's dark. The only thing that's light is her, like her skin.
Okay, so there's not really any environmental. We're here by ourselves, so we
Yeah,
don't have
Brenda
to.
will come back in a minute or
Okay.
so. But she should be pretty quiet.
Yeah.
If she sees us recording, I don't think she's going to be trying to talk to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then. Yeah. Let's do this, team.
Let's do this. Okay, and so you want me to whisper? When I feed, do you want it to be like a whole sentence, a phrase?
Generally, it depends on how far. Like, if I haven't said anything for a really long time and you think you know what I missed, just like a word or a short little, like, condensed concept.
Okay, like, bless the boats.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or if it's like a little sentence, like, obviously, like, I just missed something, I missed a finger spelling. I'm definitely will need help on finger spelling
All right.
because I'm not sure what the context.
All right.
Oftentimes, if it's more than like a short little sentence, you should just like take over.
Without signal?
You could tap me. I think tapping me on the leg, we can establish that.
Okay.
Tap me on the leg when it's like you
Like,
missed too much.
I'm
I
taking
need
the
to fix
baton.
it. Yes.
I'm gonna run now.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
And then, is this gonna work? We'll just sit real close, anyways.
This will work. I don't
This
care.
is how teams work, anyways.
I'm not afraid.
So we just hit play on the DVD.
Yeah. Or whatever the hell player it's called. Okay. Should start right away.
Hi, my name is Debbie. And I have a little story about fleet blessing. What's that? My hometown was on the coast, right by the beach, and somewhat close to a small town. The small town was called
Something?
what was
Yeah,
it?
I missed it.
It's a really well-known town for fishing, for crabbing. Very famous town for fishing. So the Fleet Blessing is a really important and significant festival that is held in this town. And there's one particular boat, there's a family that owns it, and the whole family's deaf. And so a lot of deaf people go to celebrate and support the Fleet Blessing. Have a lot of shrimp. They're making shrimp gumbo that's absolutely delicious. And it's an all day, all night event. There's a lot of socializing, a lot of eating. And with eating shrimp, you have to deshell them. So there's this small canal, and the boats go through it, and since it's a small canal, it's one boat at a time, all different sizes of boats, and people line up along the side, and there's a Catholic priest who stands at the end of the pier with, I'm not Catholic, but he has what I believe to be holy water. And as each boat goes by, he splashes the holy water and signs the cross and blesses each boat. And that's a lot of blessings because there are a lot of boats that go out and fish. And every year they have just so much shrimp. All the boats are able to catch a lot of shrimp. So they all go out, catch the shrimp, bring it back, and just really party and celebrate and feast on all the seafood. And that really impressed me, just all the different kinds of food and all the different preparations for the crab and fish and shrimp. And essentially that's what Fleet Blessing is all about.
I like the wrap up. I like the wrap up. And that's just essentially what it's all about.
All right.
I'm glad you knew what this was. I had no idea what this was. Shrimp? I had no idea.
I didn't know.
That was a great...
Based on I could kind of get just like from the peeling. I know that I jumped ahead a little bit because she mentioned something about the canal in the past,
Yeah.
and I kind of had an idea of where she was going because I actually feel like I've seen this video. I just didn't realize it because I'm like, Fleet Blessing. I mean,
it's an odd thing.
And plus, my mind is still thinking like pre-calculus, so I'm like, meh.
A squared plus b squared equals c squared. Yeah.
A little more complex than that.
I know that. I haven't gotten there
awful.
yet.
Don't do it.
I don't even want to.
So,
I'm scared. Anyway.
I feel like I did a fairly decent job. I would say that I got about 85 to maybe 90%. I would say closer to like 85% of the information.
I would say like in the middle, 88%,
it
because...
started with a lot of finger spelling, and I was missing all of that.
I know she lived in Alabama.
Okay.
But other than that, I just know she lived on the coast, because it's all those French names. I don't know how to pronounce them, so I'm like missing important letters. I can't fill in letters to know how to,
Because it's like a regional area that we're not familiar with.
Yeah.
So I know that my interpretation for that part was pretty rough.
But still, I think it was good though that you're like, yeah, I live near the coast and near that town where I live. I think that was good.
So I kind of was able to kind of glaze over it, but in a way where it's still like, it flowed like an English sentence, not the entire time. Like I feel like I was able to kind of analyze my work as I was doing a little bit more. I don't know why, but
I mean, but in a real life situation, if this wasn't a video and it was somebody presenting, they could have stopped and been like, "Hey, no, wait, we're by the coast."
And we could have asked.
And it would have been more natural.
That's something
anyway.
Where I'm starting to think that because of tomorrow's class, where it's like the process of interruptions and how to make repairs and how to not steal the spotlight. And so I
Yeah.
know that this is a really isolated event, so
Yeah.
missing the finger spelling, like, that is going to affect my interpretation because I can't fix it.
And also,
I
too,
can't repair it.
it's 2D, so you can't get the extra element of all the
Twists
movement.
and stuff, very true.
So I wouldn't feel terrible about that. I mean, it's
Yeah.
French names. It's 2D. She's
Yeah.
a.
Because
You get all
for
that?
whatever reason, my mind was thinking like Maine and that like East Coast somewhere. And so, I mean, I'm not really familiar with all the different geography, but if my mind would have gone south, I've been to Alabama, so I know like
Oh.
some of the towns.
I've never been
Not really
anywhere near there.
not along the coast, but I think if my elk would have kind of steered me more towards the south. And then talking about shrimp gumbo, that makes sense that it is in the south, but
Yeah.
my brain was thinking like East Coast, and that kind of threw me off a little bit, so I wasn't able to catch the finger
I
spelling.
didn't even get the gumbo part. I thought she was talking about salad, because I've never had gumbo. I have no idea what gumbo is.
I think it's a type of preparation, but I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Like shrimp gumbo, I think it's how it's prepared. I don't know.
I don't know. I've heard about it on Forrest Gump. That's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
And
that's.
Forrest Gump is the reason why I knew it was gumbo.
You just took your elk a little bit farther. They went a little bit farther
And
down
I'm like,
the path.
what? Forrest Gump, run, Forrest, run.
What did I use for this? I used Forrest Gump.
Yep.
That's good. That's awesome.
So I appreciate that. I noticed the confirmations.
Yeah.
And,
Okay. I didn't know if that was distracting, like going like this or not.
I think that I'm really like I have good peripheral and I notice the subtle. So like just your little shaking like this, I can see that. So you don't need
Okay.
to over exaggerate because.
Oh. Right. That's good to know.
But for like next time when we team together, because
I
I'll
don't know.
notice that. Like, because that, I mean, in a small way, it's a little distracting just because I'm like, does she need to tell me something? Like,
Oh.
like something
Okay.
frantic?
That's good to know.
But I know that we hadn't really talked about that and it didn't distract me enough to really like skew my ability to interpret.
Okay.
And since it was a pretty short clip, it wasn't like we didn't have the opportunity to need to switch or like I didn't need a whole lot of feeds. Did I get any
No,
feeds?
I mean, you got a lot of it, even that I missed. I was just like, and we were eating salad and just having a good old time all day. That doesn't make any sense, but that's what I think. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I think, no, what you did made a lot more sense. Your elk.
Forrest Gump.
You have a bigger herd of elk than I do.
Yes.
I just need to watch the movie a few more times and get a few more elk,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So.
And did the leaning in, like, because I almost thought I had to take over at one point when they were talking about, she was saying about, like, the different food you can catch, like oysters
Yeah.
and just different fish
Oh, I
and
missed
shrimp.
oysters.
And I was like, was that distracting at all, or?
No, because in that part, I think I'd missed something in the beginning, and so I was like, okay, I need to get more information. So my laptop
Okay.
was dropping back. So I'm like, I understand what she's doing now, but I need to find a connection.
Yeah, because I could tell that you were like, I'm right there, just one more. You
Yeah.
know, it was like, yeah, okay.
But it wasn't a distraction. A lot of the times when I team, I notice that I get really close to my.
Yeah, you kept getting closer and closer. I was
And
like,
it-
I'm warmer.
And it wasn't like I needed, like, it's just like the physical of like.
It helps.
I
It's
know
like
that I
a
have that
physical
support right there.
representation of support. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cuddling. I have my support.
Like I had one instance where I was teaming with Lauren and she has bad peripheral, so she had me sit in front of her and I couldn't get any confirmation from
Oh.
her because I couldn't see her, but she could get confirmations from me, but I didn't know when she was floundering or needed my help because she was sitting behind me. So it's
Oh.
like, it helps her, so she can get my confirmations, but it hinders me because I'm not able to like get that same feeling of I have support here. But I was the team. I was the monitor in that.
No, that was
situation.
like, no, that for me, that closeness actually really helps because I don't know, I catch the body language of
Yeah.
I'm struggling a lot faster
Yeah.
because I can.
It's almost like you can sense
I-
it because you're
yeah.
right next to it and you can you're like, oh, she's
'Cause-
tensing up. Something's going
oh,
wrong.
you're scared. I'm gonna take over. It's my turn.
Yep.
Yeah. No, that really helped because I didn't have to look over at you. Because I notice sometimes too when I'm teaming and I'm just the monitor, I look. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be watching the video.
Yeah, or the person.
Yeah.
All right. Well, good job, team.
Awesome. All right. That's